Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Quan here, and today I'm checking out Sundered. This is a roguelike game. Um, as you can see here, I have just died, and so, like every roguelike, every time you die, you get a little stronger, right? So this here's my upgrade menu. Alright, so upon starting the game, you have two options. You can start game or you have options. Alright, this is pretty bare bones for as far as the controls. You can, it kind of makes you think that you can, individually assign these buttons to certain things, but no, what you see is what you get. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. So you can choose from dual attach, dual detach, which is odd. I mean, you would think those two are the same thing, but whatever. You can use just the left Joy-Con. You can use just the right Joy-Con, which is, that in itself is kind of odd. I didn't think about this before, but why would you choose to use one Joy-Con in a single-player game? This is a single-player game, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Interesting. Distribute control. Okay, it's got to have some kind of multiplayer. Maybe I missed it. Let me see here. Well, anyways, before we get to that, you have audio. You got some decent amount of choices here. Decent amount of options, for you to tweak. Subtitles, there are, I believe, a couple different languages. Okay, there is a delay in the menu. Takes about a second and a half to switch over. Alright, how do I get back to English? Okay, this is painfully slow. I regret showing you the subtitles. Alright. Credits. Okay, self-explanatory. See, so you start game, and you have 3 save files to choose from. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss the multiplayer option here. Okay, you get to choose your difficulty between 4 of them. Go normal, I suppose, and... Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing a multiplayer option, so what are we doing with those Joy-Cons? Alright, so this is where I've left off. I've died God knows how many times already. So yeah, this is my randomly generated dungeon. So after you do your upgrade, you hop right down into it. Load time is okay. It can take about, I don't know, maybe 20-30 seconds sometimes. A bit long, but tolerable. Hordes come when you least expect them. That is a really accurate fact. Yeah, the one gripe I have with this game is, for the longest time you might be doing fine, and you just have like a reasonable amount of enemies popping up to fight you. Then there are times where all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, for no reason whatsoever, you just have to fight like hordes and hordes of enemies non-stop. It'll definitely take you by surprise. So, being that this dungeon is randomly, I keep saying randomly, I guess the right word is procedurally generated, it kind of doesn't have an identity of its own. Basically, you move along, you can look at your map with the ZL button, rotate around with the, rotate around with the stick, and as you can see, enemies will just randomly pop in. It's not like your standard Metroidvania game where you go into a room and you see enemies already walking about. Now, this game just decides to spit enemies at you whenever it feels like. So, yeah. I don't know if that's something you might like. I personally don't enjoy that. I feel like it's kind of on the cheap side. So, okay, hopefully I don't get attacked anytime soon. Open up your map, look around. On the bottom, they have the key for what all these icons mean, which is nice. So it's kind of like Metroid in the sense where you just kind of explore these different rooms and try to obtain abilities so you can access rooms you couldn't get to before, like these rooms with the gold padlock on them. See, it says ability gate right there. And there goes your mini boss is in that room. You know, the whole layout, that as far as how the map displays it is very easy to understand, very streamlined. So give them props for that. But yeah, combat is pretty decent. You have your jump. You can wall jump. You can, as far as your normal attacks is just the Y button. You can attack up, attack down, attack left, attack right. You can attack while you're jumping. You can do like a dive, that move. Forgot what it's called. And that's pretty much it. Oh, X is your special attack. The way special attack works in this game is you have to keep fighting enemies, and after you land so many hits, see this purple meter, it builds up to maximum, and you can unleash your superpower or your special power with the X button. I do like the enemy variety here. Oh, also, before I forget, the A button for dodge rolling. Dodge rolling is limited by how much of the yellow meter you have on the right side. L for health, for healing. You get a little shield, which breaks after a few hits. And that, of course, can be upgraded. All right. So yeah, pretty much you just, run around, explore. What else? One of the complaints I have is it's sometimes difficult to discern what's in the background and what's in the foreground. Like for the longest time, I kept hitting these spikes or these plants that were sharp or whatever, and I thought they were like, background decorations or something. Other times, like, there are things that'll kind of obstruct your view in the foreground, so that's a little annoying, but you kind of get used to that. So as you fight enemies and you break these little canisters and stuff, you get these yellow orbs, and you collect those to basically use as currency for your next upgrades. What I like about the combat is the enemy variety. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of them yet, but I will say that each enemy does feel very different. Each one kind of has their own patterns, and it's fun to kind of figure them out. But like I said before, the difficulty curve can spike. I mean, can be very drastic. That it can very easily go from you having fun to just not wanting to play it anymore. I mean, I understand I'm on hard difficulty, but still, the difficulty spike doesn't have to be that immense. Performance-wise, it's decent. However, there are some strange times where all of a sudden the game will freeze for like a second or two before everything goes back to being smooth again. There's never any like, see, that was an example right there. There's never like a consistent lag or anything. It's just like just like what happened now. Once in a while, you get that freeze. Hopefully they patched that. Yeah, I don't know if. Well, I know I'm biased a little bit when because I'm just not into most roguelike games. Uh, you'd have to see. Here's one of those difficulty spikes where it just seems like there's a metric F ton of enemies all of a sudden from out of nowhere. And I mean, like, how do you even dodge this? It's almost like the game throws these curveballs at you to sort of just let you know, hey, you're not meant to live here. You're supposed to die. Like, and this just happens randomly too. Like, there's never a rhyme or reason to why it happens. It just does. Okay, I actually survived that one, but look at my health. Yeah, the thing about roguelikes, especially the type roguelikes like this, I mean, I don't like the idea that I have to die in order to get strong enough to beat the game. You know what I mean? Like, I rather have the option. I'd rather be given a chance to try and like overcome difficult situations with skill. But I don't get the feeling like you can really do that in this game. See, now I've got these snipers all over me, and it just seems like I'm not meant to survive these situations. It gets kind of ridiculous. This is actually not too bad because I wonder if I can actually just ignore them. Okay, that made it a little hard to see. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, did they actually leave me alone? Okay, well, I guess you can try and outrun them. Maybe. But yeah, guys, this is basically the game. And oh, I do want to add, every time you die, the map kind of rearranges itself a little bit. Supposedly. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really noticed a whole lot of changes, but that's what it claims. So, that kind of adds a little bit to replay value, I suppose. Um, but this is basically it, folks. I mean, this might be something you're interested in. Me personally, I already don't enjoy roguelikes, just because I don't like the fact that you have to die to get stronger. See, this is one of those FU moments I'm talking about. Like, how do you get out of this, you know? Really? Just straight out of nowhere, you know, the game decides to massacre me. Yep, and you come back to the screen and you upgrade some stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, folks, I guess that's all I have for this game. I think if you're a fan of roguelikes like this, then, you know, this might be an excellent choice for you, but, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thanks, guys, for checking this game out with me, and, I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.